After an intense qualifying session that had everyone on the edge of their seats, McLaren CEO Zak Brown shared his thoughts in an open and honest interview. The qualifying was dramatic and full of moments that will be remembered for a long time, and Zak did not shy away from addressing both the highs and lows of the day. When asked about the tight competition, he acknowledged the incredible performance of all the drivers, especially the top three. He praised them for their bravery and commitment, noting that this particular track really favors those who are willing to push hard and take risks. According to him, every driver out there gave it everything, and that alone made it a thrilling session to watch. One of the first concerns raised was about Lando Norris, who had a tough time during the session. Zak confirmed that Lando was okay health-wise. Even though he had a crash, he immediately said on the radio that he was fine. The car might have taken some damage, but Lando himself was unhurt. Zak explained that the team would get the car fixed and be ready to go again for the race. It was reassuring to hear that the driver was in good shape, especially after such a dramatic moment on the track. When asked how they planned to lift Lando's spirits after another difficult qualifying, Zak remained calm and positive. He acknowledged that Lando had made a driver error, which cost him a better position, but stressed that the focus would now be on the race. He mentioned that the race might be a one-stop strategy, but with the likelihood of safety cars on a track like this, anything could happen. The goal is to push forward, make up ground, and give it everything. Zak is confident that Lando will be faster in the race than he was in qualifying, and the entire team will be behind him to help turn things around. The conversation then turned to McLaren's strong performance in the final free practice session. The car looked very quick when the temperature was high, and Zak seemed optimistic about how they would perform in the race. He mentioned how exciting it was to see Oscar Piastri lining up on the front row next to Max Verstappen. Zak is clearly looking forward to that battle, knowing that track position will be key. Starting on the front row gives McLaren a real chance to fight for something big. While Zak is proud of Oscar's performance, there's a sense of disappointment that McLaren didn't lock out the front row. Given the strength of their car, that was a realistic target. Oscar managed to get onto the front row, which is a great achievement, but there will still be some thoughts about what could have been. Zak is handling it well publicly, but there's no doubt that he and the team wanted more. Still, there is confidence in the race pace, and that will be the main focus now. As for Lando's crash, it was unfortunate. Coming into turn 4, he hit the curb at an angle that sent the car straight into the wall. It was a case of bad luck and a small mistake having a big consequence. Lando has been quick all weekend, and this kind of moment can really hurt a driver's confidence, especially when it happens during the first flying lap in Q3, which is when you want to get a solid lap on the board. This was his worst qualifying since Baku last year, and while the car is bruised, so too might be Lando's confidence. Zak and the team know that they need to support Lando tonight. There's not much time between qualifying and the race, so it's all about getting him into the right mindset. Zak believes that Lando knows the car is fast and that he can compete at the front. The mistake in qualifying doesn't define the weekend. With a good race strategy and strong performance, Lando can still have a great result. The track might be tough to overtake on, but we've seen big moves happen before. Zak recalled how Max once climbed from P15 to P2 here, proving that with the right approach, anything is possible. In terms of the bigger picture, McLaren has made huge progress this season. They have a strong car, a talented driver lineup, and a team that believes in what they're building. Zak's leadership has played a big part in that transformation. He's remained calm under pressure and continues to push the team forward. Today's qualifying result might not have been perfect, but it's another step in a season that's been full of promise. Zak is clearly proud of his team and confident in their ability to bounce back. Oscar's qualifying performance also deserves praise. He handled the pressure well and managed to put in a great lap to secure a front row start. That kind of performance shows maturity and focus, and Zak didn't miss the opportunity to recognize it. Oscar has been growing into his role with the team, and today was another sign that he's ready to compete with the best. Zak is excited about the potential for tomorrow's race and believes that Oscar is in a great position to challenge for a top result. Looking ahead to the race, Zak emphasized that the key will be staying focused, making the most of opportunities, and having a solid strategy. With safety cars likely, the race could turn on a moment's notice. That's why it's important for the drivers to stay sharp and for the team to be ready to react. Zak knows that races are won not just with speed, but with smart decisions. He trusts his team and his drivers to deliver. There's also a sense of belief that this race could be a turning point. With the kind of pace McLaren has shown, they're in a position to fight at the front. Zak's energy, even in a tough moment, shows that he believes in the process. He knows that every race is a chance to grow, to learn, and to get better. That mindset is what's driving McLaren forward. In conclusion, Zak Brown's post-qualifying interview showed a leader who understands the ups and downs of racing. He was honest about the challenges, supportive of his drivers, and optimistic about the future. McLaren might not have had the perfect qualifying session, but they're still in a strong position heading into the race. With Oscar on the front row and Lando looking to bounce back, there's plenty to be excited about. Zak's words remind us that racing is not just about one lap or one session, it's about the entire journey. And for McLaren, that journey is just getting started. As fans, we'll be watching closely. The race promises to be full of drama, strategy, and action. And with Zak Brown leading the charge, McLaren is ready to fight. Whether it's a comeback for Lando or a breakthrough win for Oscar, tomorrow could be a big day. The team is ready, the drivers are ready, and Zak Brown is more determined than ever. Let's see what happens when the lights go out. And as the sun rises on race day, there's a quiet sense of anticipation in the McLaren garage. The engineers are working with precision, checking every last detail on both cars. The strategy team is poring over data, looking at every possible scenario, ready to respond in real time. The mechanics are focused, determined, and calm. Everyone knows what's at stake, and they are all pulling in the same direction, with one goal in mind: to get both cars across the line with the best result possible. Zak Brown walks through the paddock with purpose, stopping to exchange a few words with his team members, sharing a smile or a nod of encouragement. Despite the pressure, there's something reassuring about his presence. He isn't the kind of leader who hides when things get tough. He's right there in the middle of it all, shoulder to shoulder with his people. That's what builds trust. That's what builds teams that don't break under pressure. Back in the driver's room, Oscar is quiet but focused. He knows today is a golden opportunity. Starting from the front row means he has a real shot at leading the race if he gets a strong start. He's been calm all weekend, handling the rising expectations with maturity beyond his years. This race could be his moment to prove not just that he belongs at the front, but that he can stay there. Zak knows this too. He's seen the steady rise of Oscar's confidence, and he believes this young man is ready to show the world what he's made of. Lando, meanwhile, is walking through the paddock with headphones on, deep in thought. He's had setbacks before, but every time he's come back stronger. Today is no different. He knows the car is good, he knows he's fast, but he also knows he'll have to fight through the field to get to where he wants to be. Zak trusts that